My name is John Gonzalez. I'm lead writer at Guerilla Games, and we're here at E3 with Horizon Zero Dawn.
So what were your goals heading into this game?
Gosh, to deliver the most vibrant, majestic portrait of nature maybe seen in a game so far, and yet to combine that with these awe-inspiring mechanical beasts that populate these lands. We also really wanted to tell a compelling narrative of Aloy, the hero of our game, who's this tough, very resourceful hunter, but she doesn't just hunt machines, she's also hunting for answers. She's trying to understand exactly how this world came about. So she wants to know her origins, but she also wants to know the biggest secrets of the world, uncover those. Her own personal quest puts her on a collision course with the biggest mysteries and the biggest dangers of this world.
Gamers are very familiar with Guerilla Games as being a lot of great shooters. How do you take that background and then enter into the RPG world?
Well, I'm actually a relatively recent addition. I came on board about 3 years ago specifically for this project because of my background in open world RPG development. And I have to say it's been thrilling to behold because it absolutely has been this radical shift for the studio. I think it was an incredibly courageous move that they made. They sensed that they had something that was a fresh, really exciting concept, and they went for it rather fearlessly, I think. I do think that the DNA of Guerrilla is still, can be sensed when you're playing this game in the tightness and intensity of the action gameplay, but it is this huge open world. I mean, the studio really committed to learning how to make that kind of game, and it's really paid off well.
Can you talk a little about the depth from an RPG standpoint as people start exploring this world?
Yeah, sure. We definitely see ourselves as being a hybrid, an action role-playing game. So as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of focus on the tightness of the controls, the tactical depth, the range of options that you have. Fighting every single one of these machines is a really different experience. Each one has unique strengths and weaknesses. But what we do is we combine that with a kind of depth in terms of the storytelling and breadth in terms of the scope that you would imagine with an RPG. So we have interactive dialogue that really deepens that experience, allows you to deepen relationships with NPCs, explore the world in depth, also allows you to inhabit Aloy's role really vividly with expressive choices. We also have a kind of depth of lore, a kind of history to the world that you can uncover, which also feels more like RPGs. We have a very flexible quest system that allows you to go ahead and switch between quests on the fly as you wish. Again, very much more along the lines of an RPG. There are a number of other features that really are RPG. We do see ourselves as a hybrid of kind of delivering that really like the best experience right in the middle of those two genres.
Can you talk a little about the side quests and what that adds to the game?
Yeah, sure. The side quests actually add a great deal. I mean, there's a ton of content in the game. There's Aloy's quest, the main quest, which reaches out to every corner of this world. Then every tribe that you encounter has a narrative arc, a story that you're going to become involved in if you choose. And then there are side quests that you meet among the NPCs of these various tribes. And our approach to those side quests as the writing team was to make sure that they felt like self-contained stories that have a full arc. A setup, a build, and a payoff, that they're emotional and that they don't feel generic. So those are all that content is out there waiting for you. We also have a lot of other, other sorts of activities, things that you can do that round out the experience that aren't as involved, but the storytelling experience of the game is something that was a real focus for us.
You talk a little about the customization options through trading and crafting?
Sure. So I think as you saw, if you took a look at the demo, every single one of the weapons that you're going to purchase or that you'll trade for in the world of Horizon has a number of optimization slots and also a number of different ammo types that you can craft. So this is one of the things that it's a progressive system, but it's also something that rewards your exploration of the world as you find these other types of weapons and also outfits, and everything is upgradable with the components that you can harvest from the machines. So there's a really satisfying kind of gameplay loop from tracking, hunting, harvesting, upgrading.
And hunting is not just simply running around shooting. Talk a little about focus and the strategy that goes involved in taking down each beast?
Yeah, sure. So if you saw our gameplay, our story trailer, you noticed that Aloy has recovered some technologies from the ancient world. The most powerful of these is a device called the Focus that she wears right behind, on the side of her face, right behind her eye. This allows her to scan the environment. It allows her to scan the machines to see their weak points and also what sort of resources she might be able to get from them. This is sort of a way of being able to study the enemy. In Horizon, you really have to fight smart or you're going to die dumb. These are huge machines and they're incredibly dangerous. There is usually a kind of shorter expert path if you study the enemy and you locate what its weaknesses are or where you might have to even blast off armor plating to expose the weakness. Each one is a completely unique experience. Another thing about the Focus that's worth noting is that it is a device that allows Aloy to recover data from the ancient past. So she's actually able to, peer into the depths of this past, the history of this Earth, and uncover secrets that nobody else is able to do. So if you're a story junkie, if you like to play games where you pick up the audio logs and text logs and all that kind of stuff, that's also on offer when you're exploring the ruins of the old ones. And there's a lot that you're going to piece together and figure out by the time that you complete this story.